to take your measurements. We're going to start with your upper bust measurement. So you take your measuring tape and you measure around the upper bust. Keep the measuring tape not too tight, just perfect. So we have here 30 inches. And then we're going to measure around her bust. And it's important that you wear a bra when you're taking this measurement. It's been taken, because it makes a big difference. So in this case, we have 31.5 inches around her bust. Okay, now we're going to do her empire waistline, and that's right at the base of her bust. If you're wearing the bra, that's where the bra will end. And I have 27 inches. Okay, so we're going to do her waist. And the waist is really the smallest part, where you have your shape. Some women is at the navel, some women is a little bit above it. In the case of Erin, her waist is right here, the smallest part, which is 26 inches. And we're going to also do your hip. So we want the biggest part of your hip. Measure all around. In this case, we got 36.5 inches. Okay, so I'm also going to take her sleeve measurements. Now, if you're wearing a long sleeve shirt or a dress with a long sleeves, you will measure with your elbow slightly bent all the way to your wrist. And I get 24 inches. If you're wearing a elbow length dress, you would start from the tip of your shoulder to your elbow. In this case, it's 13 inches. And I'm also going to measure around her upper arm. This is how you measure your upper arm. You measure all around it. Keep the measuring tape snug but not too tight. I get 10 inches. Okay, now we're going to do her shoulder across her back. And you just want to run the tape measure from the tip of one shoulder to the tip of the other shoulder, going across your neckline. So in this case, we get 17 inches. Great. Okay, now face me. We're going to take the length of her dress. Let's say you're wearing a full length dress all the way to the floor. It's important that you have shoes on. In this case, she's wearing high heel shoes. We'll start from the tip of the shoulder. Thank you. And then I'm going to measure to the floor. In this case, we got 62 inches. We also need from the shoulder to the empire waist. This is how you measure that. From the tip of the shoulder to the empire, which is right at the base. It's 12.5 inches. To the waist is about 15.5. And then to her hip, you just need to ensure that it's the fullest part. So in this case, it's about 21 inches. And then from the upper bust, let's say you're wearing a sleeveless dress or sleeveless top, you would measure from here, which is kind of where the dress was started, if it was sleeveless or strapless, to your empire waist, which is 7 inches. And then from the upper bust to your waist is about 10 inches. And upper bust to your hip is about 15 inches. And upper bust to the floor about 57 inches. If you're wearing a hat or headpiece, that's how you measure around the base of your head. Let me go all around. 23 inches. And this concludes our measurements session for the day. Hopefully this gives you enough information on how to take your measurements. Thank you for joining TeKay Designs.
Look inside.